Welcome back to tutorial 18, part 18 of the C8 Corvette. Um, yeah, so last time we left off with around this area here, and then in this part 18, we're going to finish up, close up this section here and create our tangent surfaces here. And possibly when we finished with this section here, we will do the headlights, and then in the very end we will add that lower front splitter lip, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay, so to start off creating this surface, we're just going to simply grab a 3D curvature here, and then we're going to come from this edge to this edge just for now, and then press escape on your keyboard or space mouse if you have. I do have one. Well, and then let's just jump over to our first display state here real quickly, and then let's click on the top plane so we can jump in our curvature and edit this curvature here. And we're just going to pull this curvature down like that, and adjust it here as best as we can. And then of course I want to add a 3D not 3D but insert spline point onto this curvature here, and I want to add it to this corner here. Make sure it registers. Okay, and press OK on that and exit the spline point here, and then click somewhere in this place to get rid of that, and then click again and then bring up our control polygon handlebars, and then let's create a bit of a sharper edge on this surface here, something like that maybe. Okay, and then right, yeah, so that looks so good. All right, so let's jump to the side view now, and then press OK on that, and we're going to jump into our second display state just to fix things up on this curvature here. So let's jump in here and make that curvature a little bit more straight here. All right, I'll just leave it like that for now, because anyways we have to add tangency to the curvature. So the second thing we're going to do is click on this face, hold Control, click on this curvature and add tangency. All right, and then now we jump back into our side view here, and then adjust this curvature so it's straight and it won't cause us any warpage. Of course, I won't comply very much because now it has a tangency added to it, but we make sure that they're somewhat straight. Okay, so let's jump to the top view here real quick. Yeah, so as you can see, it's not very straight here. Let's pull that in a little bit. All right, something like that. Maybe we pulled it in too much. All right, so let's jump into our first display state here, and let's just check it from the bottom like that. And I'm happy with that curvature. And then let's just check again from the side, and it almost looks good from the side. There's a nice curvature and tangency added to it. All right, so let's just bring back again the first display state here and make sure that we are on edges where we need to be, and we are on edges here, so that's good. All right, so let's jump into a second display state here quickly, and then get rid of these control polygons handlebars, and we're going to exit the sketch, and then we're going to add some 3D separate 3D sketches onto these edges as well. So grab onto 3D sketch and 3D spline. Let me see if we are recording still. Yes. And then let's go from this point. Let's go from this point and let's stay on this edge as best as you can. So let's come all the way through, especially at this corner, because we want to have our edges at every corner as we can, and we try not to. I'm trying not to snip onto other surfaces as I go along with this one. Um, so let's stay on that edge all the way through into that tilted black dot in here. Control Z. Well, we have to do it again because I'll be snapped in the open air somewhere, not on the edge. So yeah, so try not to make these mistakes. I mean, uh, because imagine putting down 20 spline points and then until you snip somewhere else and then you messed up maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, you know. So this area here is quite straight, so maybe the spline points don't need to be that busy. However, Corvette C8 is a very busy designed car. Whoever designed it was a very genius guy. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on it. Okay, so come all the way into this corner to see the black dot and exit the sketch. Okay, and then we're going to exit this sketch here. And we're going to add another sketch in here, another 3D spline from this point. And we're trying to stay on the outer edge, that point there. Okay, exit this sketch. And then we're going to add one more spline, 3D sketch spline. And we're going to add that from on this edge here. Okay, and then we're gonna go all the way up to this corner point, exit the sketch. All right, and now we will try and add our fill surface onto these sketches here. So let's select our sketches, select this sketch here, and select this face. Okay, and then let's add tangency to that line there. So not this point here, but this one here. And that's the edge. All right, so we're going to add tangency to that edge and nothing else. And press OK on that. Okay, so we don't have much warpage on that surface. We will see more once we knit them together. All right, so it's not too bad. All right, but we can always come back and adjust it later. All right, so before we continue, let's mirror this surface over to the other side. Features, mirror. So we're going to mirror over the front plane, right? And then bodies to mirror is going to be these ones here. And press OK on that. All right, and then sorry about that. Okay, so right, once we mirror the surface over there, next thing we're going to do is we're gonna jump into the top plane here quickly and make a sketch on the top plane. And then we're going to convert, okay, so let me go back again. Let me go back out. So, right, so trimming complex surfaces in a solid is very difficult and won't allow you once you this far into the design. And then there's like 20 different ways you can try, and then it won't allow you to trim it. However, in this tutorial, I will show you a backdoor to not being able to trim complex surfaces. All right, so the way I'm doing it is I jump to the top plane here, and I'm going to convert this edge here. Press OK on that, and I'm just going to pull that so everything is tangent. All right, so and then I'm going to split this line, and I'm going to split these faces here, and make sure you have projection selected, and then press OK. All right, so now it's projected onto that surface, and we're just going to jump in here to surfaces, and we're going to delete those two faces. All right, so let's delete those two faces. Make sure you have all the delete selected. Don't select delete and patch, because we don't want to patch that. We want to delete that. So press OK on that. Now we delete that face. We also want to delete the faces on this side as well, which I didn't do. But let's do it now. Let's bring up the sketch and make sure it shows, right? And then jump into the top plane here and make a sketch. And let's just select a center line. And then that's going to be our mirror plane. Mirror sketch is over, obviously. And then let's mirror this sketch over to the other end. But before we do that, let's convert the sketch. Okay, so now it's converted. And now let's mirror the sketch over this line and select mirror about and mirror about there, and press OK. All right, exit the sketch. All right, and again, split line, and then select the sketch, and then these faces we're going to split on this side as well. Projection selected, press OK on that. And then let's come into delete face, and then we to delete these two faces. All right, and let's hide the sketch. That's perfect. All right, so that's done on that side. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a 3D, converted 3D spline from this edge all the way down, just for reference point. And then, so let's jump into 3D sketch, and we're not going to touch spline there. We're going to select this edge and convert that edge, and we're just going to pull that line. It won't go anywhere but to the tangent point of that edge. Okay, so press OK on that. And then exit this sketch, because we don't need to do anything on with that sketch anymore. So let's grab another 3D sketch. That's going to be a spline, and we're going to come from this edge corner somewhere down here. All right, and exit the sketch. And we're just going to jump to the top real quickly and make sure that we are aligned with that reference line that we created. We don't want to snap onto that line. Okay, so press OK on that. Come back to the top and make sure we align these spline roughly to that curvature that we have there. All right, something like that. And that looks good. Okay, so exit the sketch. And then we're going to hide this reference line that we created, so hide that. All right. And then okay, and then here we're going to create a 3D spline all the way down to this point, and then add our surfaces over here. All right, so come close as possible as you can here, and then we're going to grab our 3D spline curvature, and we're gonna come from this corner point in there, and come all the way down on that edge. All right. So make sure you come all the way until you see the black dot. That's it. That's the one we want. And then we're going to exit the sketch. And then we're going to come into this line here and edit the sketch. And then we're going to add tangency to this curvature. So click this line, hold Control, and click this line here and add our tangency. And then click this line and hold Control and this face and add our tangency. So now that our line is tangent, we can exit the sketch. And we can try and add our 3D surface of boundary surface, right? And then select selection manager. You want to select that edge, and then this edge, press OK, and just select this edge here. We're going to pull this pink handlebar all the way to the black dot line over there. And then for direction 2, we're going to select our 3D curvature on that side and our 3D curvature on this side here. Okay. And then let's just bring out over here these nodes. Okay. We don't want that there. We selected something that we shouldn't. Okay, that's good. So put it out here, and then we're going to add some tangency to this edge and this edge here. All right, so add tangency to that face with that edge, and then we're going to add tangency to this face here. Okay, so press OK on that. That looks good. And SolidWorks solves it for us. Okay, that's good. And that's a very tangent surface right there. All right, so let's mirror this surface over to the other end. And that mirror face plane is going to be the front, and the body's to mirror is going to be these two surfaces. Okay, that looks good. And now we're just going to add a simple fill surface to this area here with tangency on this edge here. Okay, so surface is filled surface, and then these edges here. Okay, and contact S2 boundary. Contact S2 boundary is the last one here, and that's going to be a tangent. Okay, so we have an open. Oh yes, we have an openness somewhere. Right, so let's knit everything together. See if that solves our problem. Let's deselect this one for now. Okay. So let's knit this surface to this one. Okay, and then let's knit this surface to this one. All right, and then let's add our surface fill now. Select our edges, and now it's registered. All right, so we want to add tangency to this edge here, and that is going to be the contact S edge 1, right? And then tangency on that edge, and press OK. Okay, we're just going to do the same thing on this side. So let's knit this surface to this one. And let's knit this surface to this surface here, press OK. And then let's come in here and then add our fill surface, edge 1, and this edge here. And edge 1 is going to be tangent. And press OK on that. Okay, so now let's we don't need to knit because obviously we will cut out most of these white areas here to add our headlights, but we have a very nice tangent surface all the way through. All right. So we're going to leave this tutorial here. Don't forget to save your work, and then I'll see you back in part 19. See you then.